welcome to the final daily draw of the Out With Nature 2020 series. So this is our daily draw now here for Scotland, and it's our Scottish Wildcat. We will be creating this wildcat in using clothes on the playing field at Belmont Academy on 22nd of May, and we're working with 4 primary schools: Doonfoot Primary, Alloway Primary, Holmeston Primary and Kincaiston Primary. Each of them, you'll see the different colours of our design. Each of them are going to be collecting colours in their school colours, and we'll create our wildcat from them. We are really proud of this design for lots of reasons. It was designed by Nathan Connell. Nathan Connell was in the very, very first art class here in my dining room many years ago, and is now a student, a full-time art student at Duncan of Jordanstone School of Art. He's an incredibly talented artist, and we love the design he's created for us. It's quite quirky and modern. I feel it's really, we love it. And it's based on the colours of a Scottish thistle. So he's really kept it to a very Scottish feel. So you draw this with us and please share your pictures. But later in the video, we're going to be talking about the Scottish Wildcat, because Out With Nature 2020, this is a really special project. It's a global art project which is taking place on the 22nd of May to bring attention to endangered species right across the planet. So we're here in Scotland doing our Scottish Wildcat, but there are countries all over the world who are going to be creating these images. If you want, you can tune in and do some of the videos that the Little Art School has created as part of the project to help countries that can't come together to create their species on the ground because of the pandemic. So we've got Ghana with the white-necked Picathartes, we've got Bulgaria with the Dalmatian pelican, South Carolina with a watery trillion, and Brazil with the murky monkey. So with our Scottish Wildcat, that makes five videos you can go off and do. And with those countries, you can send your image to them and be part of their bigger picture. We're going to talk a lot more about the Scottish Wildcat, why we chose this species. It's not going to be me. I feel like I talk too much on these videos. Sean Haddow is going to, halfway through the video, explain why we chose the Scottish Wildcat and just how endangered this incredible native species is. When you finish this, I'd like you to have a really great picture. I'd like to have a new love of the wonderful Scottish Wildcat and a real appreciation and awareness of just how endangered this species is. But grab your pencil and let's start drawing. Okay, so let's get drawing. All you need is a bit of paper. There's not special paper because I'm not going to paint this. I'm actually have done it using felt tips, but you can do it using crayons, pencils, whatever you've got. So this is where we're going to finish, but don't fret or panic about that. That's what we'll get to, and then we're going to add these colours in, our purple, green, dark and light blues. But to get to there, how are we going to do it? Well, we're going to start here. If you've never done a daily draw before or drawn with the Little Art School, it might seem a bit frightening to see that and think, well, how am I going to do that? But it's all about shapes, and anybody, absolutely anybody can do this. We're going to start building with these shapes, then we're going to move up and we're going to start adding this great pattern that Nathan's created. Right, so let's move those out of the way now. And we'll just put this one in so you can see it. Now, you can either draw along with me, or if you want to, you can watch and then pause it and do it again. I think in the schools, it might be worth just draw it with me for a minute or two, pause it, and then keep moving on to the next stages. Really, really easy this. You're going to love it. Let's go halfway up our page. Hold your pencil nice and loosely. That's the key to drawing. Really nice, loose pencil grip. And we're just going to start with a line. Lines and curves, that's all drawing is. No need to get in a state about it. So we've got that line coming across. And if you find the middle there, that's going to be about there and that. so about the middle there, and I'm going to take 2 dots, one about there and one about there, and from that I'm going to take it up at an angle, 1, 2, and the same below, 1, 2. This is us putting in the really basic shapes that we can build around. So we've got those two shapes there. Let's join that with a line now. Okay, right, now I'm going to go up a bit. So from that central dot there, take it up, I'm going to put a dot there. And then a curve around, like that. So keeping your pencil grip nice and loose, curve it around. There. So this is going to form the sort of nose and mouth bit, but don't think about noses and mouths, just think about shapes. And about halfway up there, I'm going to take it out in a line there. Oh, that's not right. So don't worry about getting it right first time. I don't think I ever have. There in a line, and I'm going to do the same on the other side, taking a line out. That's just going to help guide us. It's where these eyes are going to go. On this side, I'm going to go below. They're not quite symmetrical. But on this side, I'm going to go around top half, bottom half. Okay. Now, don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like that. This amazing, really modern design that Nathan's done means that you can put your own twist on it. It doesn't have to look exactly the same. The key for me is that you go away thinking, oh, I'm quite happy with that. It's quite a good design there. Take that line straight up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to use the curve of our wrist. Can you see that? Just do that for a second or two. You've got this curve in your wrist. And I'm going to take that up and join it. And the same around this side. Coming all the way around. Now I'm going to just finish here with these 2 triangles coming off. So if I come down to there, I always find putting that little dot just helps me really. What you might notice is that I'm keeping these marks really light. And if I'm not happy with them, I can really easily rub them out. So I'm going to do the same there. Little dot, take it down and come across. Right, we're going to finish this stage now here. If I go halfway down that line, I'm going to curve it round. And the same here. I always find it easier to do curves on that side because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you'll find this one goes like a dream. Coming down, and you've got that curve there. And that's our first stage. So pop in those shapes, just start with the line. Keep it nice and slow, just be relaxed, enjoy doing it. I'm going to start coming back next time at the next one and putting a little bit of pattern in. Now this looks quite complicated, doesn't it, at this stage, but it really isn't. Everything in red, can you see all the red? That's the lines you've drawn. And everything in black is what we're going to draw now. So let's just take it one at a time. I'm going to start here with this line. We're just going to put this pattern in there. Coming up and coming down. And then we've got 2 more here, look. 1, 2. Now again, don't worry if it's not exactly the same because Nathan's design is just the way he's drawn it and he's got this lovely smooth style, but you can draw these patterns in any way you like. So I'm going to come up there like that. Right, and now I'm going to take this line up here. Can you see? So I'm going to go from there, I'm going to do this one. All I'm thinking about is the line, the pattern, and I'm going to take it right up to there. And then right next to it, another one to there. And while I'm up here, let's just have a workout on this ear here. I'm going to take it round to there like that. I'm going to do the same on this ear. You see how that triangle's given us a guide, but I want to come out and then in. And then I'll bring that line there. So we can get rid of a couple of those. Don't worry if you've not got a rubber, because your pen will go over it all anyway. Here I've got a tiny bit, you can see there's a tiny bit there as well. Right, if I'm going to come in here, let's do what we did there now. You see this line here? We take it up and round and join and down. All right. So just, you can pause the video if you're getting confused, but just remember it's just 1, 2, 3, and then this shape, and then that shape. Right, I'm going to come on to the eyes now. We've done all that top bit. You can go in now and rub out some of those guiding lines that have helped. You see? So we can start seeing, this is the magic bit where it all, what looks so complicated is starting to really come to life there with it. Right here, I'm going to go inside that semicircle with another circle like that, but I'm going to cut the bottom off. And here on the eyes, I'm going to go up a little and then take that shape. That's going to be his eye. And there. And on this one, if I rub that middle line out, I've got 1, 2, 3. It's starting to look like a cat, a funky designed cat. Right, now I'm going to rub my line in the middle. And then let's take these strange shapes in here. So this is going to become the nose here. And then let's take those shapes. All drawing is shapes. And Nathan's really captured that with this design, I think. So we've got those two shapes there. But here, let's, where it's quite straight, isn't it? We've got lots of angles. Let's just here. Make it a little bit gentler around there like that. Now here, where it's got those marks, really, these are going to be like little whiskers coming down. You just want 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy, easy. Okay, now let's focus on these bits here. All I'm going to do now is take a wavy line. There, and another wavy line underneath it. Doesn't matter if it's exactly the same. And then we're going to split. Oh, actually, let's put this one in here at the bottom. Come up a little. And we'll put that line there. And then we can put these shapes in. 1. You can see they cross over the bottom a bit, can't you? 2. 1. 2. Almost done. Last little thing is these. I feel like they look at this stage. They won't look like that later. They look a little bit like hands, don't they? So don't overthink it too much. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this bottom one here coming out of there. 5. Did you see that came out of there? And on this side, exactly the same. From there, 1. I'll bring this in so you can see it definitely. 1. Bit thicker this side. 2, 3, 4, and in. Look at that. We're all done. So we started here with these shapes, then these, then the bottom, and then the whiskers. Right, that's us. So pause there, and then we're going to come back and finish off the drawing. So this is really different from any daily draws we've done in the past, because I've been using paints or watercolour paints, and then the other with Nature 2020 drawings we've been using coloured pencil, but this one we're going to use felt tips. And I'm going to do, at this point, if you've not got a black felt tip, I'm going to use a Sharpie, but any black felt tip, black colouring pencil, black crayon will do. If you haven't got it and you're just using your pencil, just use a pencil. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with the black, and I'm going to start here by doing a sweep around the top. So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to going to sweep down. And then I'm going to sweep across like that. Then I'm going to colour in these shapes there. 1, 2, 3. My black Sharpie, it's not looking too healthy, is it? I might have to swap. Let's see how far I can get. It's always getting pinched. Right, I'm going to take this. Actually, I think I've pinched this from one of my children. 1 coming up, line there, and another line coming there. That makes sense? Right, now let's just take the pen, with the pen, and we're going to draw over that line that we put in there, that squiggly line. And then we'll take the bottom of it. Like that. But here at this point now, we're going to put in a little pattern. Now don't worry if the pattern's not the same. I'm going to go like this. I'm just trying to do Nathan's pattern. Here we've got a triangle. 1, 2. Can you see I just put that triangle in? Really, really please, I just want to say, I want to really emphasize, if you're working with this pen and it's not looking the same, or you've just done a different line, do not panic. It's all part of the joy of art. That's your design. Right, I'm going to take a little line down there. Then I'm going to come around the edge. Right, and then I'm going to join it from there to there in another design. Right, then I'm going to bring this up. Can you see how we've got this kind of wave there? That's what I'm going to create. You don't have to do this bit if you don't want to, because we'll just put, you can put different colours in. Okay, so that is done. Can you see we've done all that? That looks so complicated. Now let me bring this in here now, and we're going to do this one here. I'll just move all this across. There we go. Then you can see it. Right, what I'm going to start with is just going down there. I'm actually going to take it all the way down there to that whisker. And then I'm going to do these lines that we've already put in. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just slip it under there. That's probably better. So you can see it, hopefully. Yeah. So we've got that line coming in there. We're just going over the line we put in pencil. And then we're going to do the same there. Now, when I'm drawing and painting, and something seems quite complicated, rather than worrying about the rest of it, I'll just think to myself about the part that I'm drawing. So for us, it's this bit in the ear. So I'm not going to worry about anything else. I'm just going to come down and put an extra thick bit in there. And then I've got a small bit there, bit there, and a bit there. And then from there, I'm going to curve it over, go around to there. And then can you see how Nathan's put here into his design another triangle? Isn't that wonderful? So we've got that triangle coming down there as well. So he's really had fun putting in all these shapes. And you can do the same. Don't have to make them the same, but you just put in a few little marks coming round. Right, now I'm going to concentrate here. So we've got the top done, we've got our ears done, and I'm just going to concentrate here on this central point now. I'm going around. Down and up. And round. And then just going round that shape that you've put in. And if we bring that line in here, down there, and here, down there. We can colour this bit in. Right, let's come into this bit here. So we're taking that bit round, and then 1, 2, 3, and this bit round as well. Okay, so we've got that central part done. Let's come on to the eyes now. I'll bring this out a little. You can see that there. All we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top of the eye and curve down. So then up to the top of the eye, take it down and across. Then we'll colour that bit in. The Sharpies give you such a bold line, but if you're not using Sharpies, don't worry, whatever you're using, it'll work. It'll still give you this fabulous design. Let's come underneath, and I'm just going to put a double line there just to thicken it up slightly. Coming round. Then all I'm going to do here is I'll take that round to there. And can you see here, we've got that line, 1, 2. Let's bring it in. 1, 2. That's that. Right, let's come over to the other eye now. Same thing. Over the top. This time I'm going to wobble it. Wobble, wobble, down to there. And then up to there. Let's give that a colour. Making a little bet with myself about whether this Sharpie will make it through to the end. I'm not entirely sure it will. We've got that there. Now can you see you've got that shape? This here we're going to be putting some purples in, no, some blues. This is going to be our Alloway blue here. So let's put a line under the eye there. And then all I'm going to do, it's like a sideways Y. There, like that. And let's just colour those pupils. So we've got like a line and then a couple of extras. Long line, a couple of dots. Oh, he's really coming together now, isn't he? I think once we've got the whiskers in, we'll absolutely be able to see him there. Okay, for the whiskers, we're just going to go round those lines that you put in. The same on the other side. You can sharpen them off if you want. I feel like I've made mine a little bit too blunt, and the ones on Nathan's designs I really have got a real sharpness to them. And with that then we can come in and leave some white on the inside. Maybe colour a bit there and a bit there. So we've got this whiskers with the black on the inside. I think I'm going to have to move on to another black now. I've been borrowing all my children's pens. I've raided all their pen pots. So I'm going to finish it now here. We've done all the complicated bits now. Just have a bit of fun here at the bottom. Let's draw a line across. And then we're going to, at the bottom here, this is where we're going to bring in our greens and our pale blues. There we go, for Holmeston and Kincaidstone, coming down 1, 2, and then I'm going to bring that one across. And then a line there, 1, 2. And then if we just bring this shape in, and we'll bring that one in. So we've put in all the lines we've already had. Now all we're going to add in now here is in the centre, I want you to take another line out, 1. So all those lines we're just going over our pencils. So 1 and then up. And I'm going to take that one down to join there. So we've got that one coming down to join. And in that shape here, I'm going to put a circle. And here, I'm going to bring it across. Again, don't worry too much, as long as you've got a few different shapes in here, and when we come to colour them, we're going to do some green and we're going to do some light blue. So as long as you've got that, that's fine. And another dot. I'm going to do these yellow. When we cut, and I've just got one more line here to do to split it up. I want to go like that. And another one there. Semicircle. When we come to do to create this on the field, a lot of these lines are going to really be simplified because it would take us, I think, days, and we've only got 1 day to do it, to create this out of our hundreds of items of clothing. But what we're going to do now is just put our pen down and stop, and before we come on to the colouring. Right, before we put the colour on, so you've got your drawing, you've got your wildcat, hope you're pleased with it. Before we put the colour on, let me just tell you very quickly about what's happening on the 22nd of May. So all the clothes that we've been collecting, so that's purple from Doomfoot, navy blue from Alloway, light blue from Kincaidstone, and green from Holmeston Primary. They're all going to go, so can you imagine this? Out on the playing field with hundreds and hundreds of items of clothing, and we'll film it from above, and that will be our picture, our contribution to Out With Nature 2020. That is happening all over the world, from New Zealand to America, right the way across Asia, Europe, Africa, and both Americas. How amazing is that? That your jumper that you give us, that's going to be part of this brilliant, wonderful project to raise awareness of the threats to biodiversity right across the world. Here in Scotland, we've chosen this Scottish Wildcat, but Sean is now going to tell you all about it.
Hello, my name is Sean Haddow, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Scottish Wildcat. The Scottish Wildcat is a subpopulation of the European wildcats, which crossed from the continent to Britain over 9,000 years ago. The Scottish wildcat that roams the fast forests of Scotland resemble that of a tabby house cat, but are distinguishable by a distinct ringed, blunt, bushy tail, and tend to have uninterrupted stripes down their sides, as opposed to spots. These formidable felines are not the most sociable of creatures, and prefer to live by themselves. They also don't like going into the open that much, so they normally build their dens inside or near caves and tree trunks, where they are more secluded and have the ability to hide. Although they are mostly solitary and like to hide, during mating season, from January to March, they are more likely to seek out and cross paths with other wildcats. Their diet mainly consists of small mammals such as voles, hares, and mice, although their favourite is rabbit. Just like domestic cats, the Scottish Wildcat cannot tolerate rain or bad weather, and are less active during these periods. This beautiful and majestic cat is in serious danger and is edging closer to extinction. They have many threats, including crossbreeding with domestic cats, disease, trafficking, habitat loss, and accidental persecution. There are thought to be as few as 40 Scottish wildcats left in the wild, and so we at the Little Art School are taking part in the With Nature 2020 World Event Day to bring awareness to our native cats and to help keep what makes our country so special alive for generations to come.
Thank you, Sean. Wasn't that amazing? He really, I feel like he's taken a lot of knowledge and he's put it into making it really understandable and easy for us. I was so shocked to realise only 40. Imagine that. How precious is this species to our country? Right, grab your pens, pencils, crayons, whatever you're going to use to colour it, and let's colour our wildcats. Okay, now we're going to put our colours in. Now, when we create our wildcat on the field on the 22nd of May, we're going to be using these colours without as much black in the middle, but we're going to be using these colours on Nathan's design. He created it to represent the colours of a Scottish thistle, but we were such a nuisance asking him to adapt it so that we could include the primary schools who are going to work together with us to create this amazing image. So what I'm going to start with here is Alloway Primary. Here we go. Because Nathan actually went to Alloway, so we'll start with Alloway. I'm going to do these dark blue bits. So here I'm going to come up. You really don't have to stick to these where we put it. All I want you to do is to feel like you've got the essence of this design. But the main thing, I'm going to colour these ones now, that you take away is all the things Sean just talked about this incredible cat, this very shy creature, and how endangered it is. One of the things I talked about on one of the other videos, I think it was the one that I did for Brazil, was that when I was young, the only endangered species animal that we ever talked about, or bird that we ever talked about, was the dodo. Whereas now there are so many native creatures facing extinction right across the world. That's what this project's all about. It's all about trying to bring attention to these native species that are in so much trouble. This is the fun bit here, just putting all the lovely colours in. So there we go, Alloway, there's your colours. You've got your blue, so that's going to form there. Now I'm going to, we ran out of the purple. I couldn't find a purple. These are what I borrowed from my son Henry and Angus. But I'm going to come in here now with a purple pen. So this is Doonfoot. Doonfoot, everything you can find that's purple, it's going to go in these spots here. So I've got that bit. Coming around here, a bit more purple. More purple there. Now, as my children went to Doonfoot, and I've got 4 children, one went to Alloway, so I've got a little bit of navy blue around the house. I have a huge amount of purple, so here we go. I'm going to purple that and this, all this. Maybe if you're at Doonfoot doing this, you would just want to colour the whole thing purple. This is the 190th daily draw video that I've made. Most of them obviously were in homeschooling, and then there's 5 made for children around the world here with nature. But this is the only one I've done in felt tips. It's lovely, nice to have a change. I know lots of people have done the different daily draws in felt tips. I'm going to put that in purple as well. Here we go. So that's my purple in. Right now I'm going to come on to Holmeston and green. I love this colour. Green is my favourite colour, I will confess. I'm actually going to use the nice thick bit here. And I'm just going to colour this in. So as long as you've left some room for the pale blues, that's the key here. So I'm going to do that bit in green as well. So you can see mine's a bit different from the one next to it. And yours might be different, and it doesn't matter at all. There we go, and I'm going to put that in there. There's my green in. Let's go for some light blue now for Kincaidstone Primary. Here we go. And if you're at another primary school, you might want to do this using the colours of your school. Create your Scottish Wildcat. Can't wait till we're... Can you imagine how amazing this is going to be when we film it from the air? So we've got a drone which is going to be filming it, and then the film is going to be live streamed all over the world. It's going to begin in New Zealand, and it's going through Australia, through Asia. There's a special one in Nepal, which I'm really excited about, right through Asia, right through Europe, until we get to the Scottish Wildcat. We're about halfway through the whole programme, and then over to the Americas, and countries right across Europe joining in. It's a huge global project, and your jumper or sheet or towel or anything you can get your hands on that's in the colour of your primary, that it's all going to be part of it. Now you can do whatever colour you want for these last bits. I'd leave these bits white. I'm going to do them pink because I quite like a pink. So I'm just going to go in there. And I think we will possibly fill these with a mishmash of all the colours we've got, anything we've got left. I'm going to take that there. And I'm going to finish it with a yellow on the eyes. Now we're going to be doing this in Belmont playing field. I am hoping, because Belmont uses a lot of yellow. It's one of their school colours. That we might get some yellow from Belmont, and I'm going to colour these here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Our Scottish Wildcat is done. Thank you to the amazingly talented Nathan Connell for the fabulous design. And I think we would love, love, love to see pictures of yours. So please, schools, children, families, put them on Twitter and tag the Little Art School and @With Nature 2020 into all your tags. And we can't wait till the 22nd of May when we can all make this, and make sure you come in to see it. Thank you for joining us today to do this very special last daily draw with Nature 2020. Remember, you can go back and do your Dalmatian pelican, your white-necked Picathartes, your murky monkey, or your watery trillion. They're all there on our YouTube channel for you to join in. And make sure on the 22nd of May you keep your eyes peeled for news, and you'll be able to see the image of how it takes shape on the day. Take care. Don't forget about the Scottish Wildcat.